Hi, welcome. I'm Mary and I hook books. I crochet things inspired by books that I read or listen to on audio. Mostly science fiction, fantasy, a little bit of nonfiction, horror thrown in there. And I am still doing the Goober Readathon this month as well as the Buzzword Readathons. So let's go. Billionaire Blend is, I think, number 12 in the Coffee House Mysteries. This fits the Goober Readathon, a book you are planning to read this year, because it's part of my 26 sequels in 2026. I am in the middle of way too many series. The basic premise of this series is Claire Cozy is running the Village Blend coffee shop, a heritage site in New York City. Her former mother-in-law owned it and she and her husband ran it for a while. She went and stayed home and he didn't, and he wandered quite a bit, and so now they're exes, still running this coffee business together. And I guess New York, people just get murdered a lot. So, that's convenient for a cozy mystery series. Claire gets involved. She has, at this point, a cop boyfriend. Sorry, spoiler for the first, 4 books where they will, they won't, they will. They always do, eventually. And in this particular entry, there is a car bombing outside the Village Blend. And Claire protects a patron who turns out to be a billionaire. And then he's like, hey, I sold this app when I was, 24, and now I have a gajillion dollars and want to just make people happy. So those are the billionaires we need. Those are the billionaires that we won't eat eventually. And he wants to make a billionaire blend. So Claire and her husband and this billionaire end up going all over the world to find the best beans to combine to make a very exclusive billionaire coffee blend. And people get murdered. There's actually a lot of murder and explosions in this one. It's very, for a cozy, it's very high action. And there's a lot of, I wouldn't say relationship drama, but relationship stuff going on as well. So this was much more globetrotty and bigger in scale than most cozy mysteries, but I thought it was a pretty good entry overall.
I found you, my world is now complete. I thought it was impossible, but that's how things were to me. I love you, and it's not some reverie. I'll lay down in your arms, and there's where I wanna be forever.
I made the mistake of getting up, feeding the cats, sitting down to craft for a couple minutes, and then Fry was like, "Oh, Mommy, have I told you I love you lately?" And I've been trapped for 2 hours, so I literally woke up like this. So, no judgy. And this is a terrible angle, but I can't move Fry. He's just too cute. So, the girl who could move shit with her mind. What a funny title. I really liked most of the characters. the love interest, I don't like the situation. I don't like him. So that was the one part that I did not like. But the other characters, like, it's a very diverse group. There's a lot of really cool representation. Like, the veteran in a wheelchair is such a badass. So, this book, I should tell you what it's actually about, shouldn't I? Tegan can move shit with her mind, and the government is like, hey. So she works for a covert government operation that's disguised as a moving company, and she is the only psychokinetic person that anybody knows about. So someone turns up murdered, and it looks like psychokinesis. And they're like, okay, well, but it wasn't her. She knows it wasn't her, and some of her friends know it wasn't her. Some of her coworkers are like, yeah, girl, I think it was you. So they give her 22 hours until the director gets up and has his coffee at 5 a.m. Eastern time the next day to prove that it wasn't her. And this is such a high action book. Like, this is an action comedy, not from the get-go. Like, there's an action scene, and then it lulls a little bit, and then it's just all in action for the entire rest of the book. Until, like, the last 10%, which really brought it down for me, because I do not like this relationship. But overall, if you are into action comedies and a little bit of sci-fi, this would probably be for you. Malefic is the second in the House of Long Shadows, or I think it's called House of Souls series, and I really liked the first one. I do like the main character better in the first one, but this one holds up as a very solid sequel. It is very tight. I love a novella. This fits with the Goober Readathon, less than 200 pages. I think this is like 190 or so pages. And I think that is where horror shines, when it is tight, when it is well edited and well constructed. And I genuinely got shivers when I was reading this. It was... So, it's a novella. I don't want to tell you too much, but this retired doctor gets a call from his nephew, and they bought a haunted house, and he can speak with his dead wife via writing, and there's a word for it, but I can't remember it. She writes in a journal at night while he's asleep. He'll write to her, and she'll respond. And he's like, yeah, I can totally come. We're gonna prove that your house isn't haunted, and if it is, we're gonna take care of it. It's gonna be fine. And it's not fine. But it is so good. Like, there is a lot of super creepy action here. And we get largely the backstory of how the House of Long Shadows became such a hotbed for paranormal activity. So I really enjoyed this. 4.5 out of 5.
Spread
lucky enough to be introduced to bell hooks when I was in my early adult years. And I haven't read everything, but I read many of her essays, and she really influenced how I grew up to see the world. I recently read Teaching to Transgress, and the number one most mind blowing thing was in the first chapter. I've heard some stories about desegregation, but I had not heard it from this perspective that children of color were actually losing something by not going to their community's source of education, and that the white schools they were forced to go to were actually in some ways less than compared to what they were used to, and that blew my mind. I had not heard about that before. But a lot of the rest of this book just made me go, wow, yeah, I am doing a lot right. Like, letting people for whom English is their second language do presentations in their first language, and how important it is for white Americans to hear other languages and understand what it's like to not understand everything, and to make it open and safe for everyone from every background to talk and participate in class. People from other classes will come to my class, and my class talks and laughs so much more than other classes. And they tend to also do better in a lot of other metrics. So I read about those things in this book and went, okay, yeah, like I probably got a lot of these values from reading her earlier in my life, but I, as a teacher, am doing a lot right, and that is very validating. My air conditioner went out, and remember, I live in Texas, so it was not a great few days, and I have not been filming or doing much of anything except sitting between 4 fans with like a neck ice rack and just. But it was a super simple fix, so thank goodness for that. And I finished Everything is Tuberculosis, because what do you know? Everything is tuberculosis. It's very interesting. I especially enjoyed the beginning of this, and my hometown actually was set up as a tuberculosis sanitarium. So yeah, I enjoyed all those little historical facts. You know, tuberculosis gave us the cowboy hat, and then it got dark really quick. Like, oh, we're having fun, little historical fact, and then like, oh. And I appreciate how, in a very succinct, entry-friendly way, he went into the geopolitical, classist issues having to do with tuberculosis, its treatments, its mutations, etc. And I don't like it's just a me thing. Like, the less personal a book is, the better for me when it's nonfiction, unless it's a memoir. But we do follow this young man named Henry who does have tuberculosis. I don't like that writing convention, but I can see how it would very much draw people in and personalize the tuberculosis problem that we have. So I enjoyed this. I knew some of it, but it really did bring a new light to a lot of issues for me. I think a lot of people are going to love this, and a lot of people have. That I use this for the prompt, a book with 4 or more stars for the Goober Readathon. On Storygraph, this has a 4.14. I gave it, I think, a 4. It's not a perfect 5, but I think this is a really great starting point or a really great accessible read for a lot of people. Thank you for joining me this week. Let me know if you're gonna pick anything up from this vlog, what your favorite books have been lately, if you're doing any of these readathons, and are you crocheting anything fun? As always, the pattern will be in the description box, along with all the other socials and such. Do the YouTubies, please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun jazz. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, do things that are going to treat your soul well, drink water, eat your vegetables, take a nap. And as always, shoulders back, heads up, and breathe.
Say what you wanna say to me now.